Being visible on Google Maps, that is one thing, but making that visibility count, that's where the real challenge lies. So whether you're running an online store, a nice cafe, or you are a drone video production company, I want to show you how you can use AI assistants on your Google Maps profile to grow your business coming from Google Maps. So let's jump into it. Let's build our own AI assistant. And by the way, if you want to learn more about AI automation for your business, and not just think of AI as some fancy futuristic thing, then subscribe to this channel. I'm going to drop videos every week on topics like how you can use AI solutions today and directly integrate them in your tool stack at work. And there is this one feature on Google Maps, which is called chat, which is great if you have the resources, if you actually have someone that can take care of that chat and answer in a fair amount of time. So it's quite crucial if you want to provide a chat functionality, if you want to find any ways to engage with your visitors and potential customers, you need to find a system that works for you. And today I want to show you how you can use AI automations and build your own AI chatbot to actually help your visitors on your Google Maps profile to find answers to questions that are maybe not so difficult to answer, maybe filter out people that are already quite far in their decision-making process. So today I would like to show you how you can build a simple AI assistant and then connect it directly with your Google Maps profile so that visitors that find you on Google Maps, they can ask questions, they can reach out to you and get answers in real time. So what you will learn in this video are 4 points. First, we will build a killer knowledge base that contains all relevant and important information about your business. Okay, so here we are on the website of Voiceflow, our tool of choice, and I'm gonna log in directly, but I want to go ahead and go to the page knowledge base, where you can see currently there's nothing. And that's the first main mission. We need to create a knowledge base that is really enough information for our chatbot to give already precise answers. I went ahead and I created a new page on Notion. I'm using Notion as a documentation and knowledge based tool and like writing documents basically, but just a couple of words on the content itself here. So for the purpose of this video, I invented a drone video production company, if you could call it like that, which is called Skyframes. And I used the help of ChatGPT here to come up with a whole concept. You can see in the history, I gave a few tasks to write about specific points, who we are, what are our services, how can people work with us, and so on. Even anticipate some FAQs, and then I got some responses, which was good first information, but I went on and I added some extra elements here. And what's important here to note is that it can definitely help, and I would always encourage you to use AI tools to actually, come up with more content ideas, add more information to it, and just, anticipate a bit questions from your audience. So I have uploaded my document here. You can see it. We have an entry now, which is the PDF that I generated from my Notion page. Let's get into number 2, building the AI assistant. Okay, so we have our start block. We welcome the person. Let's call it like that. Welcome. We're going to add a AI response component here. And we're not gonna, and this is interesting here. So you can use an AI model directly, which if we put it in simple words means you can have access to all the knowledge in the world, or you keep it close to your knowledge base. And that's what we want here. We want people to find answers to questions using our own custom information. So here we need to give it a task. I'm gonna keep it simple here. Please respond to last question. Here is the last question. And then we're going to use some variables. So you will see and now you will see that we need to capture the user's question or message. Otherwise, there's no way we can answer to something if we don't capture what the user actually wrote. We just capture the entire user reply. So what the person will write in this chat, in the chat window, is going to be used as a variable, and this is called last utterance. And by the way, like, I'm not doing any magic here. This is coming out of the box from Voiceflow. So we're using the last utterance. We store this, and we're using now our AI block to answer this last utterance. That's how it works. Let's put it over here so it's a bit more tidy. We're gonna build a loop here, and we're gonna go back to the question of the user. so that then we have a closed loop and we know basically we can keep on the conversation always like that. So the user has a question, the AI goes to our knowledge base to find the best answer for the user. For now, this is just working with our knowledge base. All right, so I went a bit ahead and started to design my conversation flow here in Voiceflow. I want to show you one thing, which is our global settings of our AI model. So, and this is where it becomes a bit tricky because we want to give enough context for this assistant to give relevant answers. And we also want to give a bit of guidelines. And so you can think of it as like the giant prompt for the entire system. And here you can see my example. So since we are working for a drone video production company, I wanted to make it more tailored to that. So you can see the task is, you are a virtual representative of a drone video production company. Your primary role is to interact with potential customers who have found your business on Google Maps and so on. And then I give a bit of guidelines, respond to inquiries with short, precise answers to ensure clarity and efficiency, engage with users to determine whether their levels of interest, and always maintain a friendly. So I'm giving a bit of instructions on the tone as well. Also for the people that are doubting, the artificialness of it, and I added this one here: ensure you prioritize user experience, aiming to simulate the warmth and responsiveness of a human conversation. And so these are our global instructions, and it works pretty well. So I'm going back to my designer here and let's give it a try. We trained the AI model with our knowledge base, and you can see here my 2 welcome messages, and also you can see how the screen moves. So now we are in the second model, which is listening to the question, and I can just start as a user now and like, hello there. Let's keep it very simple. So like just first message, hello there. Short answer from our bot. Hello there. Thank you for reaching out to Skyframes. How may I assist you today? I'd be happy to provide any information about our... okay, and let's go ahead a bit, play around with it. Sounds good. Okay, sorry, but I run hotel here in Barcelona. If you can do videos for us. Okay, so next question. Now we are a bit more precise. We give a bit more context as the visitor about our business and what we actually need. So let's see how good that answer is. Absolutely. We would be happy to discuss shooting aerial videos for your hotel in Barcelona. To get started, I suggest we schedule a consultation where you can share more details about your vision and goals for the videos. Interesting here that it uses the information from our global instructions, where we say, hey, look, you are acting as if you are a person working in our company here, working in the team. You want to get information out of the prospect to then hopefully guide the ones that are interested enough. But I want to show you one thing which is called intents in Voiceflow. And that is very interesting because we don't just want to have a simple conversation flow where it's like leading to nowhere. We actually want to filter out the people that really have an interest in our business. So if, for instance, I'm using some keywords here, or I say, that all sounds great, give me a quote. Okay, sure. Would you like to give me your details so we can get back to you? I'm just going to ask you 2 to 3 questions, and we're going to stop here. This is for another video to really show custom sub workflows and capture details from users. But what I want to show you here is, and that's really where the magic then will happen, I'm using an AI model here to detect the real company name. So because in a conversation, the user might not give me the precise company name. You might just give an answer, or like you might just give a sentence where the company name is inside. And since I want to pass on the data to my back office or whatever tool I'm using, I could also just use Notion again or Airtable, any no-code software. I want this data to be formatted in a clean way. So that's why I've added this AI model here, the step where the prompt goes something like, your job is to detect company names. Please extract the name of the company from the following message. Last utterance. So this is now the variable of the last message. And the task is, your output value is a text string that only contains the detected name of the company. No other text is added. And if you want to give it a test here, our company is Mers Inc. And now it goes and it extracts only the company name. And this is again using some AI component that has a clear job. Like you have a phrase here, find the company name, extract it and give me that as an output. Because then once I have this company name and obviously a couple of more data points about the visitor, like the name, the intention, what kind of footage do they expect, when do they expect this. So basically anything that I would also add to an old school form on a website, I could include this in my conversation here, ask for the information in a more engaging way. And then you can see I have this server request model here where I could just go along and put it here and say, okay, post all these parameters that I collected from this user now and send the data to whatever tool I'm using, so that then I can process this information there. All right, so step number 2 is done. We have successfully built our AI assistant. We have created a conversation loop. We have added an intent so that the ones that are actually interested to receive a quotation, they are treated in a separate flow where we collect data from them and then push them to our system. And so that's pretty much it. For today's demo purposes, I think that's enough. So let's move on to number 3. Okay, so step number 3 is to launch our chatbot on our Google Maps listing. And it is pretty straightforward. So you have a embed snippet, which means you can put it on your website, as we know, like a very classical web chat. But I want to go one step further because my goal is to not bring people to a website where they might get distracted and then leave the website without leaving anything. I want them to be aware that we're happy to chat and they can get a lot of information from us that way. So what I would imagine is instead of putting your website link here, I would link them to a pre-website. And I used a tool called simple.inc where I turn a simple Notion page into a website, which could look something like this. So how this can work then is the user is on your Google Maps profile, clicks a link, ends up on this page and can directly open the chat conversation here. This is from a previous test. Let's start a new chat and start from there. Hello, I need my hotel here in Barcelona. Are you folks free? But yeah, so the answer here is yes, we would be happy to help capture aerial footage of your hotel in Barcelona. Our team is available. No. How much does it normally cost? And we got the answer. That package starts at $4.99, which includes up to 1 hour of shooting time within a 5-mile radius, the delivery time. And now I want to test again if my quotation intent works. Would you mind sending me a quote? Would you like to give me your details so we can get back to you? I'm just going to ask you to read. So, which is exactly starting our subflow to listen to these different intents. And then you would go on. We haven't finished the conversation flow here. Now it ends because it leads to nowhere basically. But this is how you can picture a lead generation flow where you ask very specific questions, things you need to know, basically like a form, but a bit more interactive. And you ask for everything from the visitor and then you send it to wherever you would need it. Either you send it to you via email or you post it to your internal tool. You're using Google Spreadsheets. All right, folks, and this leads me to the last step, which is tweaking your AI assistant, which is very important because getting started is one thing and it's quite easy, but you want to keep an eye on the conversations. You want to keep an eye on the kind of questions that your visitors are asking and especially figure out what information is maybe missing in your knowledge base. And there are different ways to improve your AI assistant. I'm going to show you 2 examples now. Number 1 is very easy. It's your transcripts provided by Voiceflow. So every conversation that is done on your live AI assistant is recorded and you can find it here. And you can actually scroll through the conversations and find some information, just see how in general the quality is of your assistant and basically get a better understanding of what information people are looking for, what information might be missing on your website, on your knowledge base. The second approach is a bit more sophisticated, but it's definitely going to be helpful. And that is that you can add some component to your conversation and you can say that whenever the chatbot does not find the information in the knowledge base, you first log the event, you log the question that couldn't be answered, and you send it somewhere, you store it somewhere. For instance, you add a new row to a Google Sheet where you can list exactly the questions that could not be answered. Okay, so in this video, I showed you how you can create a killer knowledge base, how you can design your own AI assistant, how you can launch it on Google Maps, and how you can keep an eye on the conversations and add improvements later on. I want to stress out that I don't believe that these AI assistants are the ultimate answer and can avoid having any human interaction with your visitors. I just think that it's a great opportunity to provide information as fast as possible and to capture those people that might be more relevant for you as a customer than other people that are just browsing. All right, so that's about it. That's how you can create your own AI assistant, put it easily on your Google Maps listing, and start getting more leads out of this platform. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you are interested in more AI automations, especially for businesses, then subscribe to this channel. I'm going to post much more content about it, and I hope you will find some tricks and helpful tips out of my videos. Thanks a lot, and see you in the next video.